Hey there folks, I'm Mysterious JG and welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect 3. We're heading for the Far Rim to speak with Quarian. Out in the very outermost reaches of the Milky Way. Oh, excuse me. It's Dholen. Now I'm not an expert on how like galaxies work. But I think the idea is that if you go outside of the Milky Way, that you get into like a big black empty space where you're not going to have a lot of stellar activity. And like between galaxies, like stars cluster together in galaxies, right? Isn't that how it works? So I think the notion is that the Geth are like really far away from the center of the galaxy, and you know, I don't know where the heck they're supposed to live. Presumably they're on a planet, but like there's dead stars and stuff out. I don't know. Once a starship fueling station for Quarians. So there are Geth on this planet. Most intelligence estimates state that approaching Charum is tantamount to suicide. All civilian traffic is prohibited. So a vast Geth fleet travels between Charum and Hailstrom, preventing all but the most stealthy of spy drones from discovering any information about it. Current estimates place the Geth fleet numbers between 5,000 and 10,000 ships with an unknown level of armament. So yeah, basically there's Geth here, and we don't know a whole lot about it. There's Gotha. Dwarf planet, pressure cooker atmosphere. Speculation is a mining community as to whether the Quarians mined all the precious metals before they fled the system. Rumors about that, anyone willing to brave the Geth could find loads. Naturally occurring diamonds, but this is largely just a starship legend. Gotha is in Geth space. And Hailstrom, a former Quarian colony. Hailstrom is established to observe the phenomenon on Dholen, the system's parent star. Dholen appears to be unstable, with high possibility of erupting prematurely into a red giant. Like the Red Knight from Survivor Series. It's lost to the Geth in 1896, soon after communication with the planet. Communication to the planet Hailstrom has ceased. Send out an investigation immediately. Geth have shown no signs of treating it as a threat. Found establishing several space stations near it. Dholen's magnetic eruptions and solar output overwhelm most nearby communications. It's unclear how the Geth have compensated. Spy probe scans indicate extensive orbital construction around it, housing thousands of Geth platforms and an unknown number of Geth software mines. It is not known how many Geth are on the planet's surface. Spy probes face interference from Dholen, making remote scanning difficult. Resource estimates, blah 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 blah. Geth stronghold military spy drones using cutting-edge stealth technology are the only vehicles that have returned from Geth space unharmed. All civilian traffic is prohibited. Yeah, the Geth basically attack biologicals on sight. But they don't come into territory held by biologicals, or at least they didn't until the incident with Saren and Arcturus. Begging the question, what do you know about Saren? But yeah, that's the deal. I mean, we found out in Mass Effect 2 that there was a schism in Geth society, and that the Geth who became hostile, didn't become hostile, they were already, I guess, hostile. The Geth who used to come into human territory and launch attacks and were supporting Saren were the so-called renegade Geth. And the main stream of Geth society, I guess, is hanging around in Geth space, outside and away from where the organics live, but still apparently attack organics. So, let's see what the Quarians are doing here. Quarian envoy ship. This diplomatic frigate is like no Quarian ship on record. Its hull is relatively low temperature, and it appears to be venting heat in a manner similar to that of the Normandy when it comes out of stealth mode. How the Quarian developed this high-tech vessel is unknown, but sailing frequencies are open, and welcoming messages are being tight-beamed to the Normandy. I don't remember this from Mass Effect 3, but, you know, let's think about it. They seem to have stealth technology similar to the Normandy. How in the world would the Quarians have gotten their hands on that kind of technology? And does the reason that the Quarians know about that sort of stealth technology rhyme with Bally? Total Fitness.
Commander Shepard, a pleasure to see you again.
Hey, what up, lady?
Under better circumstances.
Didn't recognize you under the mask.
Support in the fight against the Reapers. What's going on?
17 days ago, with precision strikes on 4 Geth systems, the Quarians initiated the war to retake our homeworld.
This is really the time.
Which was a clear violation of our agreement with the Council to avoid provoking the Geth.
A treaty violation is nothing compared to recovering our homeworld and advanced AI technology.
Oh, Jesus, not you again. Alright, Claudia Black. What's your deal this game?
Your homeworld? You mean Rannoch?
I've never heard of it.
Correct, Commander. 300 years ago, we lost our world to our own AI creations, the Geth.
For those of you not paying attention in the first 2 games.
We didn't try to kill them, Chorus. We tried to deactivate them. It wasn't murder.
You guys are scumbags and I refuse to help you.
No, it was murder.
Commander, the Quarians never intended to create a true AI. It was an accident.
Which you chose to correct by trying to kill them.
Well, our entire race bows to your opinion, Shepard.
We think we were wrong, but undercut the justification for this suicidal invasion plan.
Well, yeah, I really don't understand the timing. I do not understand the timing. Why are they trying to... Well, you know what? No, bullshit. I understand the timing. The timing is Mass Effect 3 is intended to wrap up the story of Mass Effect. Mass Effect 4, whatever it entails, is going to be there, you know... I don't know that they had all 3 games' storylines planned out from the beginning. But when Mass Effect 3 was being planned, I think it was being planned as the final be-all, end-all for the series. And it made enough money that Mass Effect 4 became kind of inevitable, but I think they kind of started it. They're probably trying to develop something more or less from scratch. Mass Effect 3 is intended to wrap things up. What I was going to say was, I don't understand the timing of the Geth invasion. But no, the answer is I do understand the timing, because they wanted to resolve the storyline. And now's the time to do that. But if we go beyond the, the question of, well, where in the Mass Effect trilogy is this storyline going to resolve if they don't finish it before the end of 3? Then the question becomes, why the hell are the Quarians trying to reclaim their homeworld, which apparently they lost thousands of years ago, right this minute, while the Reapers are killing everyone? Why is this the time? Instead of trying to work with somebody, do they think it's going to help them against the Reapers? I don't think we'll ever hear that even float as a possibility. There's just no reason for this other than the fact that, well, let's use blue dialogue to try to see if we can solve the problems of the Quarians and the Geth.
You're throwing yourselves at the Geth? Again?
How many times do the Geth have to break your heart before you realize that it's not meant to be?
We've driven the Geth back to the home system when this signal began broadcasting to all Geth ships.
Said fuck the Quarians.
Under Reaper control, the Geth are significantly more effective. Our fleet is pinned in the home
So
system.
you're actually beating the Reapers or Geth before this?
Win! You insisted on involving the civilian ships, Admiral Gerrel. We need to retreat or we'll lose the live ships.
Where's the signal coming from?
Here, a Geth dreadnought. It can outgun anything we've got, and it's heavily defended.
The Normandy stealth drive can get us in undetected. I could board, then disable the Reaper command.
Why are the Reaper command signal coming from a
Yes,
Geth ship?
Cutting off the signal should throw the Geth into complete disarray.
Then you destroy it. No, we're Paragons.
And while they're confused, you get to a mass relay and retreat.
Good. Our civilian ships have seen too much fighting already. Are you certain you can disable the signal?
Well, if I have Tali in my
We'll get
party.
you out of there safely, Admiral.
Our newest admiral has also volunteered to offer technical expertise.
Well, who could that be? I think I recognize that Paisley.
Shepard.
Hey, what up, Lee?
Tali. Admirals, I'll ready a team to hit that dreadnought.
Don't call me Tali, call me
Thank you.
Admiral. I'm a frickin' Admiral. Damn it. And they teleport to the Normandy.
Admiral?
It's mostly a formality. I'm an expert on the Geth.
That you are.
I'm glad you're here.
Well, I think the truth is down here somewhere. But Mr. Paragon Man is an expert liar. And now I haven't really thought about it. I gotta choose between Ashley and Tali. because I haven't made a serious play to win over somebody in the third game. So your ultimate Mass Effect 3 romance partner. I'm gonna have to choose between Ash and Tali. I hadn't really thought about it too much. Off screening, I chose Ash because I figured, she's human. Oddly, in my off screening, I never thought about choosing Miranda either. But I don't know. You guys can chime in and tell me what you think. I don't think we get to see Tali's face on screen no matter what we do. But as I thought about what actually happens in Mass Effect 2 when she opens herself up to you, it's a much bigger deal for her to have sex with you than it is for her to say Ashley to do the same thing. Yeah, kind of a dick if you just leave her hanging after that. I was like, I'm willing to risk my life to try to have sex with you. Yeah, that's great. But, Ash is back now. You're just kind of a rebound thing, babe. Anyway, we don't have to decide right this second. But it's clearly our decision. I mean, it's not like Tali has a will of her own and can decide, even if we make advances towards her, that she doesn't want it anymore. It's like, no, our dialogue decisions will decide. She has no will of her own.
Why didn't you tell me? I would have helped.
Thanks, but I knew you had your own problems. I'm sorry about Earth. We've got the largest fleet in the galaxy. If you can help us, we'll hit the Reapers with everything we've got. Or however much is left from this stupid war.
See, I didn't think the Quarian fleet was supposed to be that impressive.
No.
I thought they had a huge fleet, but it wasn't really in tip-top shape because it's kind of patched together.
I'm an admiral. People look to me for guidance. Public disagreement would divide the fleet.
You still want me, baby?
And what about us? Would us being together divide the fleet?
No. Well, possibly. I don't know. But right now, I've got civilian ships taking fire. Can we keep this quiet, at least in front of the admirals?
Sure thing, Miss Vas Normandy.
Thank you. If you want to talk in private, maybe you could invite me up to your cabin?
Maybe I could.
Ah, crap. I guess I better figure it out sooner rather than later.
And for the record, still totally worth it.
Yeah, I'll invite her up to my cabin to break it off with her. So we got a bunch of Paragon points for trying to get it on with Ashley. Geth Dreadnought, well, it's not in the Mott system. Apparently we can scan all we want around here and the Geth are never going to find us. They're too frickin' stupid. Alright, let's got more pet messages in my private terminal. I guess the big priority thing to do is have that conversation. Journal. Quarians have tried to retake their homeworld with the Geth. Geth have been upgraded with the Reapers. Travel the Quarian home system. Okay, so it's a different system from the one I've been hanging out in. Excuse me, nothing new?
Commander?
Apparently nothing new. Tali's in the war room with Admiral Rand. So I gotta make a call on who I'm gonna try to romance. I just feel so guilty now. It's like Tali risks death in order to do it with Shepard, and then your old girlfriend comes back, and I'm like, yeah, but she's human. I mean, I never really got to find out what Tali even looks like. Call me shallow. It's not like she has to be the hottest person ever. They got their spiritual connection going on, but knowing whether or not you can look at her without throwing up is kind of important, and I don't really know that. Presumably you can look at her without throwing up because Shepard did. Brutes are vicious opponents that can instantly kill you. Oh! Call Tali up.
Tali, I'm free if you'd like to come up.
I'll just be a moment. Thanks for asking me up. I couldn't talk freely in front of Ron.
She's such a bitch.
You okay?
No, I'm really not. 17 million lives are riding on me, and I don't know if I can save them.
People will die. Accept it. Oh man, I don't really want to romance Tali though. It just does seem like kind of a rough time to break it off with her though. She's right in the middle of trying to save her race and everything.
Hey. You're not alone.
You're not.
This was supposed to be my father's fight, but he left me with all of this. If they die because of me, if I don't...
We'll get them out of there safely, Tali.
I couldn't do this without you, Shepard. I feel like I'm bluffing, trying to convince them that the Admiral's daughter knows what she's doing.
Well, you kind
Not
of are.
the Admiral's daughter. The Admiral.
I know.
His daughter.
And at least now, I can push back against the worst ideas. That's why I accepted the position. And because of you.
Me?
Yeah.
When they offered me this position, I asked myself what you'd do. I thought you'd take the chance to make things better.
Wrong, I would have
You've given
declined,
up
but still.
so much. Stood for too long without allies. I didn't want you to do this alone. So, if you're ever lonely, just let me know.
Oh man, I should have saved. Should have saved. I have the option of going all renegade though. Oh man. Agonizing decisions. What do I do? I mean, now she's like the leader of her people and all that stuff. You know, I didn't actually get to see what happens with yeah, that's a fair point. I already played through and saw what happens when you romance Ash. And she broke it off with us because, you know, we were like a Cerberus clone monster. And that was enough for her to break it off. What a bitch. So let's try going with Tali. You guys can check out the ending if you romance Ash. I might actually go refresh my memory and watch it. But I guess we'll go with Tali this time because, you know, going back to Ash, she was pretty bitchy to you in the second game. And, you know, it seems like it's cool for you guys to be buddy-buddy. But... yeah, coaxing Tali out of the biosuit and then dumping her because your old girlfriend came back. I didn't really think about it when I was playing 3 off screen, but that's kind of a dick move. And I can't really get all that invested because it's a bunch of fictional characters. I'm already thinking about it way too hard. Let's see if we can form an alliance between the humans and the Quarians that's based on love.
Tali, nothing between us has changed. Unless you want it to.
Kila, Shepard. I'm not going to beg, but I didn't come up here just to see the fish.
No. You came up here because I asked you to.
And you want to see... well, we could nickname my penis the
here.
fish if you want to.
With me.
Let's get that helmet off.
Okay.
And now the tender feel of flesh-on suit. Got reputation points for that? What do they even do? I mean, like, they fade off like it's going to be a makeout session, but I'm pretty sure she didn't pop off the helmet right in the middle of all this important business she got to do. I'm already second-guessing the decision, but you know what? I think it's wise that I just picked something to move on. Because I was asking you guys earlier, but it was earlier in this video, so it's not too late to change my mind. I was like, you guys want to chime in? It's like, no, gotta make a command decision. And the command decision was to jump on the first lady that offered, because Ash hasn't floated the possibility yet. Ash will float the possibility. Apparently it takes a little longer for her to decide that's where she wants it to go. I still think I'm going to use Ash quite a bit in combat missions. She's just a badass character. Let's talk to Admiral What's-Her-Face before we talk to Admiral Tally-Face.
Shepard, the fleet is under heavy fire. We need to hit the dreadnought.
Yeah, but, you know, I want to ask about Claudia Black.
Which fleet does Admiral Zen command?
Special projects. It's not a fleet per se. Just a few research vessels.
Finger
Her
quotes.
technical breakthroughs have put us within striking distance of the homeworld.
Tell me about the civilian fleet.
Our civilian ships, medical vessels, and live ships. Admiral Chorus coordinates them, though individual ships' captains still have power. In peacetime, they made up the bulk of our fleet. Now, our strength would even give the Turians pause.
Well, what about the Vorcha? Don't they already have paws?
Tali said you had the largest fleet in the galaxy.
The Turians have more dreadnoughts. Their overall military force is larger than our heavy fleet by far. But before we began this war, we jury-rigged every Quarian ship in the flotilla for battle. Even our live ships have cannons.
You guys are nutty cuckoo.
You've converted them into dreadnoughts. That's a violation of the Treaty of Ferrixon.
But
Why live ships
isn't
have
that the one where the
firepower
Romulans
to
said we
dreadnought?
can't have cloaking devices?
Their primary purpose is food cultivation.
You think the Council will buy that technicality?
If need be, I'll apologize once this war is over.
And in the meantime, you're putting your civilians in danger.
Yep.
Not casually, Commander. We keep them off the front lines, but we'll do whatever we must to win.
Let's go patrolling.
I'd like
That's
to know
an
about your
inside joke
patrol
that makes no sense. Never mind.
In peacetime, the patrol fleet managed navigation, internal security, and intership conflicts or crimes. Now, we mostly guard the heavy fleet's flank. It's mostly light frigates or fighters.
Frigates. Yeah, I still don't get the accents for the Quarian. I guess the Quarians, the whole thing with the Quarian accents made more sense to me before they introduced Claudia Black Quarian, and then I can't remember the actor's name. He was the guy, he was kind of like the big, sort of, you know, semi-dumb, but not as, you know, Jane. He was Jane on Firefly, and he was the big alpha male guy on Chuck. That guy, yeah, like he comes in and he just is doing a regular guy voice. It doesn't sound like he's doing some kind of fake Euro accent thing.
What can you tell me about Admiral Geral's heavy fleet?
It was our main
Maybe not supposed to be
military force
Euro.
before the war.
Are they supposed to sound like
Comprised of all
Israeli or
Quarian
something?
vessels suited for sustained combat. It can't compare to the Turian forces, of course, but we have a number of heavy frigates and advanced fighter
Frigates.
forces.
Well, we already asked that. Oh, did I already ask about the heavy fleet? Alright, never mind. That's fine. I guess I'll ask her again. No, I mean, there's this
said you
thing.
had
I
the
mean, if
largest
I haven't
fleet in the
mentioned it
galaxy.
before, I think it's
Turians
pretty
have more dreadnoughts.
apparent that
Their
there's
overall
a
military force is
there's a
larger
kind
than
of
our
like
heavy
Jewish
fleet by
diaspora
far.
thing going on, like, you know,
But before we
the
began
7
this
tribes
war,
wandering,
we jury-rigged
expelled
every
from their
Quarian ship in
homeland,
the flotilla
wandering,
for battle.
you know,
Even our live
migrants,
ships have
looked
cannons.
down on by others, and like
You've converted them into dreadnoughts.
there's like this
You
whole
think the
weird
Council will buy
I
that technicality?
don't know if it's weird really,
And in the
but
meantime,
there's this whole
Not
thing
casually,
going on with like
Commander.
the
We keep them off the front
Quarians
lines,
are
but
like,
we'll do whatever
this is
we
gonna
must
sound
to
awful. Don't take this the wrong way, but yeah, the Quarians are like the space Jews. That's what I'm saying. There's this whole like the tribe that's wandering, you know, separated from home. It's they're the space Jews. So that's why I was like, they're portrayed as having these oddball accents, except that then they kind of broke off from that. But I don't know where I'm going with this, other than
I'll let you get back to work.
Thank you, Commander.
I think that's why they sometimes have odd accents. I mean, it feels like that was supposed to be the starting point for these guys. You know what I'm saying? And they came up with some neat detail stuff that's just like more creative, like the whole. I don't know that there is a real life Jewish equivalent of the. I'm losing my mind here. What is the term I'm looking for? Tali described it in great detail in Mass Effect 1. The pilgrimage. I mean, maybe there is something. It's like you go out and you find something and bring it back to the fleet, and then you have your bat mitzvah. I don't know. Let's just put it this way. If Cartman was playing this game from South Park, he would choose Ashley, not Tali. He'd probably choose Miranda, but yeah, I put a lot of thought into how the fictional character Cartman from South Park would play this game. Sorry, I was watching Bean and Bobo playing Stick of Truth, so I've got South Park on the brain a little bit.
Shepard, Commander.
Yeah.
How is it being back with the fleet?
It sucks.
Right now, it's exhausting. I'm an admiral in the middle of a war. I just want us to get out of this alive. Everything else can wait.
When this is over, I could use your help.
With
I
my
can't,
penis.
Shepard. If we survive this, we'll have a homeworld. My people need me.
Hey, wait a second. I didn't know that.
You could help your people's homeworld by fighting the Reapers.
I'd like to. Believe me. But my people need me here.
Oh, man, bitch, I should have talked to you first. I would have totally gone with Ashley if you're going to give me that attitude. You know, Shepard only gets it on with women who fight against Reapers. Damn it.
How did the war with the Geth get started anyway?
Well, we built them and then they turned sentient and oh wait, you know that.
That interferes with Geth active scans. It's like a flashbang grenade. It effectively crippled the Geth ships in combat. My fleet couldn't pass up the chance to attack.
Sweet.
Could we use it to fight the Reapers?
It only works against the Geth, unfortunately.
For
Their AI lets them use
reasons.
extremely detailed LADAR pings. Zen's countermeasure overwhelmed them with garbage data. And it's useless now that the Reapers have upgraded their processing power.
Speaking of useless, I thought you were going to help me fight the Geth. I don't want to sex you anymore at all.
So how did you end up back with your fleet, Tali?
When the war started, the Admiralty Board asked for my help. I had more recent contact with the Geth than most of my people.
Well, yeah, you've had a lot
They
more
hadn't
contact
filled
with them.
the
You've
spot
been
on the
fighting
board
them a
left by
lot.
my father. I was invited in. It's just a technicality. I'm far too young to be a real admiral.
A rear admiral?
Don't sell yourself short, Tali. The board needed your expertise. You needed the authority that comes with rank.
Well, as long as you're eavesdropping, lady, do you think I should go with Tali or Ashley? Please answer in the form of a short essay.
So what about Legion?
It returned to Geth space after you turned yourself into the Alliance.
And you haven't seen it since?
Legion and I sent a few messages. I was hoping we could try negotiation. But I was outvoted 3-2. Admiral Chorus was the only one who believed it would work.
And since the attack, has Legion showed up to apologize?
Any idea where Legion is now?
No. In our last message, it told me that the Geth were having trouble reaching consensus.
And then nothing?
Maybe it was fighting the Reaper takeover? Or maybe it didn't want to give intel to an enemy. I could have warned it about the invasion. I didn't.
You'd have been betraying your own people.
Yeah, that would have been true. Oh, Admiral What's-Her-Face still staring at us, by the way.
I never wanted to be an admiral.
I just wanted to make love to you, Shepard.
Talk to you later, Tali.
Yeah, later.
Sure.
Later, toots. I'm going through so much trouble right now, Shepard. This is so difficult. I never wanted this. It is more than I ever thought I could deal with. Yeah. Talk to you later. Later, babe. So long, toots.
Commander.
Nothing. Hey, ladies. Not for nothing, ladies. I hate it when these fans, they go around using terms like swerve, like they know the business. They don't know the business. They don't have a bunch of rocket buster matches like me. I don't want to make fun. I like that. So. Oh, trains. Anyway, yeah, getting more and more ridiculous as the video goes on. So maybe we need to call it. Oh, you know what? Real quick before we go. Let's just see if anything changed based on our new visitor. Because I am dead serious when I say Tali tells you just like that she can't help you with the Reapers. Thanks for coming by to help my people with their problems, but we're not going to do anything to help you. Oh man, suddenly Ash started to look like a much better option. How you doing, Ash?
Shepard?
Yeah, that's what I thought you were doing. Oh well, took a second to check. Alrighty, folks. When we come back, I guess we're going to go look for that Geth Dreadnought, because I do believe that is the next mission. And I don't think there's any question. The next time we go in there and have a mission, we have to bring Ash and Tali along as our support team. We just got to. So the Perseus fail is different from the Far Rim, but similar. So let's head over here so that we're all ready to go in the next video. Once again, I am the Mysterious JG. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time with more Mass Effect 3. Bye-bye.